All right, number one, we're asked to find cotangent of theta and cosine of theta if sine of theta equals -5/7 and tangent of theta is greater than 0. All right, so this is one where we're going to draw a right triangle, and then we'll label this angle here theta. And then since sine of theta is -5/7 and sine is opposite over hypotenuse, we can label two of the sides of our right triangle. So the opposite side, we'll label that -5. The hypotenuse, we'll label that 7. So the sine of theta is -5/7. Now we need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find this other side. Let's call that side A. And we know from the Pythagorean theorem that a squared plus b squared, -5 squared is 25, is equal to c squared, 7 squared is 49. And then we subtract 25 from both sides. We get a squared equals 24. And then take the square root of both sides. We get a equals plus or minus the square root of 24. And square root of 24 we can write as the square root of 4 times the square root of 6. And the square root of 4 is 2. So this is equal to plus or minus 2 square root of 6. So now we can replace this a with plus or minus 2 square root of 6. And we're going to use this clue here, tangent of theta is greater than 0, to figure out which one it is, whether it's 2 square root of 6 or -2 square root of 6. And so if tangent is opposite over adjacent, if the tangent is positive, greater than 0, and this one is negative, then this side has to be negative as well in order for this divided by this to be positive. So we're going to get rid of that plus there. This has got to be -2 square root of 6. And now we're asked to find cotangent and cosine. So now the cotangent is equal to the adjacent side over the opposite side. So this is -2 square root of 6 over -5. And of course those negatives, the negative divided by a negative is a positive. So this is 2 square root of 6 over 5. And then cosine. Cosine is going to be the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So the cosine is -2 square root of 6 over 7.